here's the thing. Life is way too short to dull your light just to make others comfortable. You did not come to this world to make anyone comfortable. Nah, you're not obligated to make anyone comfortable. Your kids, definitely. Your children, that is your obligation to ensure that they're comfortable. But so I'm not 100% sure that I will be posting this. I'm realizing now that I'm sitting down to record this, that I'm recording it more for me than for anyone else. But if at all it makes its way onto the internet and you come across this on my YouTube channel, welcome to my channel. I am Juliana Kariko. So almost everyone in my life keeps asking me about my hair decisions, my hairstyles, because I tend to play around with my hair so boldly. So it's a way for me to express myself. And so I was thinking about it and I thought, why not talk about it? It might just help me understand myself even better. So yeah, we're going there to my hair. And from this, you can tell exactly why people around me have questions around my hairstyles. So I want to begin this story or this chat from the beginning. I grew up in a family where rules were there to be, you see the way we say that rules are there to be broken? In my family, rules were there to be followed. And in my childhood and my teenagehood, I remember at least 3 rules that really influenced the way I did my life and affected me in my life in one way or another. One of them was you could not wear trousers in my father's house. 2 was you had to be home by 6 p.m. And 3, as long as you were in school, you could not grow your hair. And the third one is I want to stop at. My hair journey began in high school. In Form 2, I decided I'm not gonna shave my hair again. This was, as you would expect, against my dad's will, against the rules. But I was adamant in my decision that I was not going to shave my hair again, at least not at that point in my life. And so I remember the most significant part in my hair journey was one of the days at the end of the holidays when we were going back. I believe we were going back for the third term in Form 2. And I remember the day before we had to report to school, I asked Dad for money for salon and he refused. And at that point, I was so angry. I was so emotional. I've always been an emotional person. And I reacted in a way not so many teenagers would. Because I said things that sometimes I don't believe I did. But I remember asking my dad, angry with emotions and with tears in my face, asking him, so you think if I walk out on the road, I will not find a man that could pay for my hair? And I think I just left to work, or I left to go play, or just go cry and all that. And that was the first significant altercation we ever had with Dad. It was the first time I stood up for myself, not in the most wise manner. Well, I was just 16. You wouldn't expect a 16-year-old to think too much about their words. They should, but I didn't. And so I finally got the money from mom. I'm not sure whether it was mom that gave me or it was dad, but it came through mom. And to this day, I remember how silent my dad went and my mom, because they were both in the room. I just remember how silent they both went after whatever I had said. And so my hair journey was on. I didn't have the best of hairs. It didn't grow as much as others did. It started falling off, so much so after high school. And so here I am 3 years down the line, getting into campus. The first year, I maintain my hairstyle. I maintain my hair, that is, I get braided, I get lines, normal things, until the second semester of first year, where the hair was just coming off too much. It was not growing, and even when it is not growing, with trying to be as natural as possible, the hair would still break out. I'm not sure it's the right word, but ilikuwa inakatika. And so I just got tired. I really don't like anything that bothers me, especially now I realize my hair, if it bothers me, if it calls me to do too much work, I just get rid of it. And so at that point, that was 2016, the cutting of short hair by women had just started picking up, and there were these beautiful, cozy barbershops all around Nairobi City. And so one day I remember I told a friend of mine in class, man, today I'm going to, as I go home, I'm passing by a barbershop. Tomorrow I'm coming with short hair. And they thought it was a joke. And I remember just sitting there and telling the barber to just do his thing, make me look good. I just left everything up to him. And he had this idea that we do the whole thing, and then after we're done washing and styling and all that, then he would turn me to the mirror. And to this day, I remember my reaction. I went speechless. I loved myself. I loved what I saw in the mirror for the first time in so long. That was the first time I believed in the verse that I am fearfully and wonderfully made, because I saw the beauty in me. That was a turning point for me. The short hair and the style that he did was too good. It fitted my face, it fitted me, and I looked beautiful. And it was significant because up to that point, I didn't love mirrors. I didn't like mirrors. I tended to use mirrors only when I really had to, or I did by accident. I hated mirrors because I did not like what I saw on the mirrors until that day. And so I think that is the day I realized that hair was part of my beauty, and I could do with it whatever I wanted. And so the journey had begun. I was on short hair for the longest of time. Before all this, before that day when I went to the barber shop, I had gotten so tired of hairstyles. I had tried so many. I had even tried natural matutas, I had tried so many styles, but I never felt beautiful. I never saw the beauty in myself until that day that I had my hair cut short for the first time after starting to grow it. And so I go back, and yes, then the line, then after campus, I decided to, I think it was just kind of a peer pressure with people, or no, not after campus. I had been with short hair. I had been going to the barber shop and having short hair, maintaining the short hair for a few months, or rather, for less than 2 years. And then I decided to try a style I had seen online. I watched an interview on TV, and there was a woman that had her hair just braided at the top and held and shaved clean on the sides, and I fell in love with that style. So in campus, I believe 4th year, I had that style down on me. I grew my hair at the top and shaved the sides, and I got the style done, and I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And so I had it for a few months. And then after that, I went back to having a full head of hair. I don't know where the issue came in. But then I realized, nah, this does not feel good. I don't like it. It does not come out as I'd wish it would. I didn't like it at all. And so I shaved the hair again. I shaved it short and I maintained it. That was my style. But then I started dyeing my hair. I started putting small colors. I started with the most common, the brown tone that's put at the edge of the hair by most people. I started with that, and then I asked myself, what if I did more? And I did. I applied yeah, man, I tried a lot of colors. I did cream white, I did pink, I did almost red, I did brown. I wanted a white, but it came out as golden white. I also wanted a purple one, but it came out as a dark kind of a maroon. For some reason, the dye that I bought was not the best of qualities. And I loved myself in that. But in all this, having realized that I actually loved what I saw, I loved my outlook, there was still something that bothered me. Trust me, it's well, there is a freedom that comes with knowing that whatever you do with your hair, nobody can ask you. But there's also a fear of thinking about, what will people think? Will I be misjudged because of the hairstyle I have? See, like the hairstyle I have right now is, I've shaved the ends and then I got natural twists done on my hair. So the society I live in, and I know this style is not a professional style to them. It's not the right style for me. It's not the conventional style. But I won't say that. So there's always that fear. I wouldn't sit here and lie to you that I never worry about what will people think. That I never worry about whether people will take me seriously. That I don't worry about whether the colleagues I work with, whether the people I come across will think of me unprofessional. Sometimes I'll get the worry that people will misunderstand me. I know it seems like a rebellion. I wouldn't argue with that. It's just breaking the chains of normal and convention and just being bold to look different, to be seen as different. But there's always a fear that of what people will think. And the truth is, the society we live in has a way of boxing people in. It's especially around how we look, the hair, the clothes, and especially in the African culture and even in the workspaces. But every time I hear that voice in my mind or in my head, I have come to a point where I remind myself that this is my head, this is my story, this is my hair. So yeah, it feels arrogant to say this, but if my hair makes you uncomfortable, maybe it's because you've not seen how freedom looks like. If it makes you uncomfortable, child, please go somewhere where the hair makes you comfortable, because here it's going to continue being uncomfortable. And it's not easy to get to that point, because the first time I had this style, where I mentioned in campus, where I had the braids done at the top and I shaved the sides, the reason why I stopped having that style on is because of the church. It was because of my friends and my family. And at that point, I had not built up my self-confidence and my self-worth and my belief in the freedom I have around myself. And so when I heard so much around with people about how I was becoming rebellious, how I was doing things just to spite people, I decided it was not worth the pain, the hurt, and all that. So I got rid of it and returned to my short hair until recently. That was around last year, after I had the myomectomy done, and we were with mom a month into, no, 3 weeks into recovery. I was going for a checkup, and I remember I got to town after I had the checkup with the doctor, and I had realized that I had sat for the whole trip and gone to sat at the hospital, and I was not feeling pain. I went to the salon and I decided to have my hair redone at the top. Now, at this point, my hair was longer because I had not gone to the barber shop for like 2 months. The month before the surgery and the month after surgery. So my hair had grown and it was able to be braided. So I had that, and I remember coming home and mom's reaction was passive, I would say. She was like, yo. She didn't say yo, but she was like, you've decided to have your hair like that. You and your hair. You know the way these people will say it. And I was like, yeah. And I just drew my heart. It's my hair anyway. I didn't say it to her, but I was like, yeah. I just thought I can do this. And so from there on, I know, because it's been a long dream for me. It's been a while since the first time I saw the interview on TV with the woman that had the hair at the top and the clean shaven sides. I always knew the look that I have, even on my vision board. The look that I have for my hair is exactly what I am working towards. And the style I'm in right now, this is not what I expect it to look. But my hair is still a little short. And so the style that I want is difficult to achieve with this. And I'm just, as I mentioned earlier, I don't like anything that's bothering me. If I feel bothered by the hair, I will cut it short. And having braids on my head and feeling the weight of the braids is something I can't continue handling. And so I decided I'll just begin. I'll just put it, have the natural twist in, no added braids, no added hair on my head, just my natural hair. And it's this last few months, that's around in May, that's 6 months now, I've been growing the hair. I had mentioned earlier that my hair does not grow as fast. So this is 6 months. No, this is 8 months of hair. And it's still not growing as fast and that I expected. But what has changed for me right now is I feel like I reclaimed something 6 months ago by deciding to have the hairstyle I wanted on my head, regardless of what people said around me. I decided I'm gonna have it, whatever come may. And this is me. This is me now. This is me. And whoever is not comfortable with this, ciao. Adios. You know. So, these days that I have been experimenting with different styles, different dyes, I have realized one thing. I use hair as a way to express my emotions sometimes. I feel a kind of freedom when my hair is this style. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm reminded that I can choose. I can choose anything. I can choose I choose my hair. So I can choose anything. I'm reminded that my hair does not just show my look. It shows my growth. It shows my journey to who I am becoming. It shows my greatest desire in life, which is freedom. I desire freedom more than anything. To me, my hair is my way of expression. It's my art. It brings me joy. It's me. One day my hair is red. The other day it's cream white. The other day it's shaven, clean shaven, clean. I had it clean shaven once. I had gone to visit my auntie and uncle in Mombasa, and I stayed with them for 2 months. And when I realized that I would be there for that long, I went and I shaved the whole thing. I had always wanted to try to be bald, at least for just a little while. And so being in Mombasa, that was the best place to be bald because then it was always warm. I didn't have to worry about the cold. And I have had that. I've had the clean shaven. As you can see on the screen, I will make sure that I put the photos of different hairstyles as I mentioned them on the screen for you guys. And I've had that. I've had clean shaven. I've had long hair. I've had braided. I've had everything. Not everything, not yet. There's still some styles I'm looking to try in future, but I have tried all my childhood thoughts and they're around the hair. Man, it's no. And at this point, just to encourage you, it's your hair, it's your life, it's your story. Own it. Be proud of it. Play with it. Whether it's your hair, it's your nails, it's your eyebrows. Mine are just things I forget about all the time. I'm thinking by the end of the year or starting of next year, I'll get them micro braided. And then even though I forget about them, they still look good. But well, back to the hair. I don't know what your hair means to you. Maybe you could drop a comment down below and I'd love to hear your story too. Just what does your hair mean to you? In this whole journey, in the fear of what people will think, in the fear that I will not be taken seriously, in the fear that I will not be thought professional, in the fear that I cannot lead in church because I will mislead people, in the fear that an opportunity will pass me by because of my hairstyle. I have learned to remind myself that I'm not here to fit in. I'm here to live as fully as I can. I'm here to experience life, not just to live life, just the normal, conventional way, but to experience life in a way that fulfills me, to experience life in a way that gives me joy. And that is enough for me. Just a reminder that I'm not here to fit in. If an opportunity passes me by because of being who I am, it was never meant for me. If I cannot lead in church, if I cannot lead at the workplace, if I cannot lead in my social gatherings because of my hairstyle, then so be it. If people will not respect me because of my hairstyle, then I will respect myself enough to live as fully as I can. So that at the end of the times, I have spent my life in happy, quality kind of life, in a way that fills me with joy. I wouldn't say that I have friends that support me really on this. They don't talk negatively about it, but I wouldn't say that I have a support system of it. No, but I have colleagues who think I look good in whichever style that I'm in. So it makes me feel a good way. So I realized that I care about what people think about my hair just a few days ago, depending on when I post this video, that is if I post it. I was at work, and this time I had undone my braids and had decided to let my hair breathe. So I went, had my hair cleaned, treatment done, and blow dried. And so I held my hair at the top in three bundles, the pussycat, but then with one at the back, but only at the top. And one of the managers laughed. It's crazy because the way he reacted was a way other people had reacted, but I had not felt it. But I also realized that his reactions towards anything I did touched me in a way I didn't expect it to. And that is when I realized, oh man, I totally care about what people think. Or rather, I think about what people think about my hairstyle. But God, I'm choosing to just think that whatever they thought of it, that is theirs to think. It's their life. It's their thoughts. And I don't know who said it. No, I know who said it. I just can't remember who, but said that we would be able, I will paraphrase because I can't remember the exact words, but he or she said that we would live a better and a happier life if we stopped thinking about how much people think about us and realize just how seldom they do. And so I'm embracing that thinking of it's their thoughts. They don't have to affect me. So if you're someone who loves a style but is afraid of being judged, I get it. I've been there. But here's the thing. Life is way too short to dull your light just to make others comfortable. You did not come to this world to make anyone comfortable. Nah, you're not obligated to make anyone comfortable. Your kids, definitely. Your children, that is your obligation to ensure that they're comfortable. But you get what I mean. You get what I mean. So wear the color, rock the afro, shave it off, braid it up. Be free. Be free. And I want just to mention that this is not just around hair. For me, it's hair. It's the way I express myself. It's the way I learn how to embrace freedom. It's the way that I learn what freedom is. It's the way that I learn to accept myself. It's the way that I learn to affirm myself. It's the way that I affirm myself that I am free to do whatever I wish to do with my life and with my body and my hair. It's the way that I express my freedom and my love and my joy. And of course, I continue to pray that I continue being bold and that I have the grace to continue being courageous, to be bold and to live free, to live fully, to not be afraid to live my life. And so, yeah, that's my story. Those are my thoughts around my hair and what I think about around my hair. And hopefully I get to to encourage you to be bold, to be courageous, to just do it, to be you, to live fully, to overcome the fear of being judged, and to know that you did not come to this world to make anybody comfortable but you and your children. And I'm sure your children will tell you look beautiful because you'll be the one that will shape their mind. So I'm good. I'm good losing opportunities. I'm good not having not leading in church. I'm good being seen and professional. I'm good with all that. Right now I'm at a place where I'm like, I care less. As long as I'm happy, as long as I feel beautiful, that is so important to me, that I feel beautiful, that I feel beautiful. And you cannot take me away from this. So that's me, that's my story. And yeah. Tomorrow. You've seen nothing yet. Trust me. Thank you for being here. Always be you, do you, and always do your best. Until next time. Bye. Love you.